Okay. Make sure everything's good. Okay, looks like it's good. Alright, guys. So we're back with another episode of Quarantine Hot Ones. Don't sue me. And I got the Brothers Oveson. So this is Corey, this is Q. We have known each other for a while. Trying to really think. Probably, I used to work at the Plaza. These guys used to help out around Rocky Horror, things like that. So we're going to get to know them a little bit more. Yeah. So starting us off, let me just go ahead, do my initial first and last drink.
Cheers.
So, and get that out of the way. Okay. So through these, the hot ones, I've been undefeated, haven't drank, nothing. But if you guys watched my last video, you'll know that I got very defeated. So what happened was I had done the spinoff of the Death Nut Challenge, which people, it's called the Tube of Terror. And I severely underestimated the Tube of Terror, so I had like probably the worst 3 hours ever, one of the worst 3 hours of my life ever. And since then, it's kind of like fucked up my palate to the point where like, normally I would probably eat hot sauce. Like if I was ordering wings from like a place, I'd be like, oh, for me to like be like, this is enough spice, I need to at least get hot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But now, if I eat hot, it's hot. So it's going to be interesting. I might have a very different reaction to this round, especially leading up to our number 10, which, if you guys remember, we restructured the order of these guys depending on what we actually feel them to be as far as like their actual heat. So, we pretty much switched 8 and 10. And I think everybody else is like, and we might have even at one point moved 10 down to 7. I can't remember. We're going, it's been weeks, months even. So let's go ahead and do the first one. The first one is the classic. I believe this one's like 5,700 Scoville. Once again, Scoville doesn't mean shit. So what I do is just kind of, just throw it on there. You can do it on the plate and smear it, but Q told me before this he's going to actually smear it. I think he just did a second one, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It was good? He was challenged.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's right. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right.
So this one, and these are season 7 sauces. So they've since changed this one. It comes in like a Blue Label bottle, and it what they did, they said that literally all they did was they were trying to add garlic to the recipe, and they fucked up and added like a fuck ton of garlic, and they're like, it came out to be the best mistake that ever happened. So I'm excited to get to that. I think they're on season 11 or 12 now, so I'm severely behind. I was thinking at least I think these are season 7, maybe season 8. I was expecting to be on season 8 sauces by now, but due to COVID and quarantine, it's been going a little bit slower than I anticipated. So first question, guys, where are y'all from?
Complicated. Sort of technically from St. Croix.
Yeah.
I was born here in Atlanta.
And I was born in St. Croix.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so he's the oldest, so.
Okay, so. Okay.
So,
so you were born in St. Croix, and then y'all came here.
Yeah.
And then you were born.
Yeah.
And then we went back to St. Croix.
You went back to St. Croix. Okay.
Yeah.
And then how long did y'all live in St. Croix?
Most of our lives came up here for like high school. Went back there after high school.
Yeah. They were in high school. It was 02, right?
02, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like right after 9/11.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then came up here officially in 2009.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And so we'll just keep it right on rolling, guys. We'll go into the second one. I have more questions that I want to ask, obviously, about similar things, but I'm going to save them for each of the sauces. So this one, this is like a Thai green chili kind of. It's, the way what I've learned about how they do their shit is I think that as they go up, you know what I mean? They also this thing will go black, and what's funny is it's still recording, but it's like an OCD thing of me. I gotta be.
Yeah,
I gotta
really
be.
is the same.
Thank you. But they're obviously made to, you know, like I feel like 8 is definitely the pinnacle, and then they die off. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like they make 10 out to be like it's the hottest, but I think really what they're trying to do is just like, you know, if the person was really dying at the end, there's no way they could like, you know, this camera, like,
Right.
you know, they're gonna be like, fuck man, I can't even.
Mhm.
But this one is like really good. This
Yeah.
one goes great,
Yeah.
great in eggs. See, it's crazy.
Mhm.
Bro, this one used to not be spicy at all. And I'm not saying there's like crazy spicy, but it's already like, I'm like, this is kicking more than usual. Man,
It's got a little bite to it, a little
It's a
bit.
little tingle.
this is gonna suck.
Yeah.
So, growing up in St. Croix, that's the Virgin Islands. What's like, what is actual island life like?
Boring as fuck. It's basically a small town surrounded by water.
Yeah.
I think most
So you
people.
feel trapped?
Yeah.
I did. I considered it like a prison or like that show Lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Like
Yeah.
half the time, I didn't even know if it was a real island, if we like even really existed, because like nobody talks about it. It like you like watch television and every other place like gets mentioned, but no one ever says anything about St. Croix.
Yeah.
Right.
Even St. Thomas they talk about, or
Right.
St. John, but I never.
And like
Yeah.
St. Thomas is like a city on an island anyway, so it's really just like reverting back to the city.
How like, were y'all able to go between the islands?
Yeah, you
Are there
yeah.
bridges, or do you gotta actually
No,
take like a
They
boat?
they take seaplanes.
Yeah,
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
get
like,
from one island to the next, you gotta take
Yeah.
a seaplane?
yeah.
Well, what do you,
or I
there's
guess
like
if you're
no-
crazy enough, you can swim.
is there not like a mass way to like get from one island to like, what do, like,
There's not a mass right now.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Like our island is like one of the rural islands, so it's just
Y'all know Frank's
Mountains.
supposedly in the Virgin Islands right now.
Oh yeah.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Frank, if you're watching this,
Yeah.
you know,
eat some
Wherever
ramen
you're at.
for me.
He's not
he's not in a Smyrna.
Aussie already. Supposed to get an Aussie order, wasn't he?
I can imagine Frank in the islands.
Yeah.
He's just there like, man, I'm eating mango every day and eating pussy every day at the same
Yeah.
day.
Sounds like something he would say. Dude, yeah, he said that. Yeah, he's doing something on a boat. He said that 2 of his people on the boat got COVID, so he said that he was like docked. Like they had to dock the whole boat for 2
fuck.
weeks, you know? So, like, alright. Alright. This one is one of my favorite ones. It has good flavor, but it's also like thinner, so you know, feel free to go with a heavy
What's
drizzle.
this one? The hot ones?
So yeah, this one's the patios potion one,
Uh-huh.
and you know, it's so funny that since I've been doing these like season 7 ones, I say the same things every time. So like, I think there's only one person who probably has watched all of these. Emma, I'm shouting you out now. Anyway,
The super fan.
yeah, but she's probably heard me say this shit like a million times, and it's like, I like this one because there's like grapefruit and carrots in it, you know. But I mean, it's interesting. It's like makes me want to like kind of get into making hot sauce. You know?
Mhm.
Oh,
Justin's made his own hot sauce a few times.
Really?
Yeah.
Almost just.
I'm a
I
Scotch.
like this.
I'm a Scotch bonnet guy. I like Scotch bonnets. I think they have the best flavor and the best like level of heat.
Mhm.
Like they have the heat that you want, but it's not too much.
Mhm.
But it's just enough.
Yeah, I use Scotch bonnet all the time when I'm like making my
See this one, to me that has a very Scotch bonnet level heat.
yeah.
So, but yeah. So kind of transitioning, we're gonna go ahead and transition to the elephant in the room here. So obviously, if you're looking at these guys, they have a very eclectic style. So we're gonna kind of dive into that now. Since you guys have different styles, I'll just ask the question and then we'll go like back and forth. Okay. So Corey, let's go ahead and start with you. So, what we'll just do the generic, I guess. Like, what made you want to start, and like, I guess, what's the philosophy behind it and that kind of thing.
Well, I initially started as a way of like turning away from being a human, because like I was around a lot of toxic people, and they really made me feel like everything I was doing in my life, like no matter what, I'd always be shit. So then I was trying to be a good person all that time, and I essentially just gave up on it. And I was like, I'm gonna just like, if everyone says I'm dark or evil at the core of me, then I'll just be that.
Yeah.
So that's how it started off, and then like I started surrounding myself with other people who saw me for who I was, and they were like, "You're not. There's nothing evil about you. You're the sweetest guy." And I was like, "Well, fuck. I sucked at being a good guy. I sucked at being a bad guy. I'll just go for balance."
Yeah.
And then as I did that, I got into spirituality more, and I discovered that like horns actually represented balance. So it just became like a perfect narrative for my life.
Yeah. And then transitioning. Q, like, you're not wearing horns in your head, but you still have, you're very much your own distinct style. And so, like, what kind of influences your style? And it could be anywhere from, dyeing your hair or your beard, but then also, you're wearing the jean jacket, but you wear the leather vest a lot, and things like that with the bracelets, the rings, all that kind of stuff. So, kind of very occult in a way, but also, like, stemming back to, just that almost... I don't want to say anything to offend, but it's like a very almost like that Eddie Rocky Horror.
Like
which you
I'm not offended by that. It's like I've played Eddie as many times as I have for that reason.
Yeah.
I identify with that character.
So which one? It's almost like the chicken and the egg. Which one came first? Like, was it from playing Eddie that you got that style, or did you have that? What was the beginning of that?
The beginning of that actually started when I was like at Atlanta Technical College.
Okay.
And I was like really clean cut. I was at school for business.
Couldn't even imagine.
I know. And
degree in business.
Yeah. And
should have done that. If I could go back and do it again, fuck a film degree.
You technically don't need a degree for it.
Yeah, I would just do business or marketing. God, I kick myself every day for that. But anyway, go ahead.
They basically I just got to a place where I felt like my outside appearance didn't really match what I was feeling inside, and I was doing it for the people around me.
Yeah.
And eventually I just felt like I want to make myself uglier.
Yeah.
And then I was I'm gonna grow this huge ass fucking beard, let my hair grow out. And I had professors who were just that's not a professional look, sir. And I was like, we're just going with the thing. When I actually get into business, we'll see what it looks like. I wasn't at the suck my dick part yet.
Okay.
But
you're there now.
I'm there now. Yeah.
Eat my ass. Alright, let's see. So this one's the Chiba Gold. Alright, this one's also another good flavor. I'm telling you, the next two, this one and that one, and I got a feeling in my stomach this is going to go dark in just a second. So we'll go ahead and change that. Here you go. We're getting close. We're getting close to where I am going to have to do the seasoning sauces next, So, hell yeah. All right. Here we go, boys. Yeah. Now, I think I say this every time, too. For as many times as I've done this, you'd think I'd be better at eating these chicken wings, and I'm still trash at it.
I love the flavor.
I know.
Cool.
I can't believe I can't just clean the bone yet. It's
it's a specific skill. You have to do something pull out.
You got to twist it and then
twist it.
Yeah.
But
It's a whole thing.
I'm not trying to do it.
But anyway, so then we're at question 4. So yeah, kind of what diving more into the spirituality thing. Really let's go ahead and just go into the Cernonis, the gray, the kind of the nature kind of thing. So let's dive into that. I'll let you kind of explain that, and then from there I'll transition to where you lie and what you think as far as the same spirituality, or if you differ, or we'll go down that lane. So Corey, go ahead and start us off.
So both of my brother and I, we believe in the collective unconscious, which is the network that connects everybody's consciousness throughout time and history. And I believe at the so Crononis is
Fuck, I got his name wrong.
No.
Fuck me.
Pronunciation is
Yeah.
The difference.
It's Carnonis?
Yeah, it's Carnonis.
Fuck,
Yeah.
Carnonis feels so much better when I say it.
Yeah, but, yeah.
I know, but it's wrong. But you're wrong.
Anyway, well, Carnonis is a deity of balance in nature, and some would say sacred spaces. I identify him with being my higher self, and the way I view the higher self, it's the most stable self you have through all of your incarnations. So as you think, there there can be multiple people within this timeline who are connected to Carnonis as their higher self.
Mm.
It's just after the information, life in itself, you're collecting information through it.
Yeah.
So after you die, that information goes into the collective unconscious. And you feel the higher self kind of like a file on a computer.
Like a hard drive. Or,
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
So all the information gets stored there. It's the most stable form of that information. It's the higher self.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's who I view as my higher self. And when I wear horns or I dress the way I do, it's me trying to reflect the purest form of who I think I am.
Gotcha. Awesome. And then, now, obviously, he resonates with Carnonis. Is there someone you resonate with? Or a deity that you do resonate with?
Yeah, the deity I resonate with is Odin.
Odin.
Which,
Familiar with Odin?
for a while, it was a thing I was like not really like adhering to, but it was like Corey and I used to talk about relations to Loki and Thor, and it spawned from there to like I was outside of a bar talking to somebody about it, and they were like, "Nah, I kind of feel like there's more of a Odin energy that's coming off of you," and I was like, "That's fucking crazy. I don't really believe that." And then somewhere along the path, like I just started getting all these signs of like you should research Odin more, you should look into Odin more.
Gotcha.
And I'm just like reading information about it, and I'm like, it just resonated with me very strongly.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, okay, and I got another question. So, yes, we'll keep going. I got a lot of questions. That's the whole point, Cam. Alright. So this one's their number 5. Like I said, this is Los Calientes.
Yeah.
This is actually probably
very tasty.
Yeah, it's super good. So it's so funny. Dan ordered 3 bottles of this after tasting it. Hasn't opened a single one.
What, really?
Yeah. This one goes great on eggs too.
I know it does.
Just be fucking up with the eggs.
Dude, when quarantine first started, that's pretty much all I was eating was eggs.
Yeah.
Like,
I can at least stay on it with Sam.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got kind of egged out. But do love my egg. So the next question, this is our number 5, so this is where we do the deep dive. And it's not going to really be so much of a deep dive just because I don't have a fucking team that can research every little nook and cranny about somebody. But I will show that pretty much. I'm just going to go across the board and I'm going to pull up both your Instagrams and we're going to talk about y'all's art. Let's see. Here we go. So this is Quantes, or Q, as you want to, whichever one you want to call him by. Let me find, gosh. I almost want to do for yours, Q, I'm going to probably do a 2-hitter quitter here.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull up the cover art you did for Cameron's band.
Oh, okay.
So Q got commissioned by our buddy Cameron, League of Cams, Michicam, to do the cover art for his band Transfiguration. And let me up my brightness here. I bet this is very weird for people who are watching this, where I'm just like weirdly just standing here. Okay, here we go. So this is, backwards. Anyway, so it's hard to tell. Kind of, you might be able to zoom in. But look how awesome that is. It's like a giant space wolf that has like a little pug, and the pug has a spear, and he's fighting it off, and he's on the planet. So that's Q's, and then let me switch over to Corey's, which is going to be much, since the artwork is very prevalent. So, this is, that's, oh my God. Trying to stay in frame is so hard. But this is Corey's, and you see a lot of this kind of stuff on He does all these different paintings, you know, where for the most part he's like the main subject. So once again, we've been going in this pattern where then Corey, then Q. So Corey, let's go ahead and. I mean, both styles to me are amazing, but then also very different.
Yeah.
So like to me, Q, you got like so much more of a like a classic comic book style, like almost like some Alan Moore kind of like. Yeah.
Huge compliment.
Q, or not Q, sorry, Corey. Yours is like, I just think so appropriate for like, I don't know how you feel. It's like, you know, very. Gosh, I went to art school too. I should fucking know these like terms, but like a very kind of like realistic way. But I mean, it's also like the mediums you guys use. Y'all use different ones, right?
Yeah.
Like so. All right, Corey, I talked enough. You go ahead. Dive into it. I mean, like, tell us about the medium, why you choose it, why you're the subject. You know.
Well, the reason why I'm the subject is purely out of narcissism. I'm a Scorpio, so that's something I deal with. As for the medium, I use a sculpting blade and watered down acrylic to do my paintings. And the sculpting blade is just really because paintbrushes and pens never really like worked for me that well, and it was a weird thing to think about, but I did it and it worked, so I kept with it.
Nice. And Q, what do you what's the majority? I mean, I've seen your sketchbook, so it's like a lot of just really sketches. Yeah. But then when you do make it, like when you did that thing for Cameron, well, how'd you come about that? Like, did it start off as a sketch and then you colored it, and then you like throw it into a computer and digitally color it, or anything like that?
So technically that's the second sketch of that. I started off with the original sketch of it, and I just said I need to like work on the portions a little bit differently. But I'll ink it on paper after I sketch it out. I'll scan it, and then I'll throw it on my computer and put it through Photoshop.
Okay.
And just work out all the different tones.
Nice. Okay. All right. So this is the turning point, guys. This is this one. Personally, I feel like it's not that hot. Who knows? Could be hot now. But I just feel like this one's like very Tabasco-y. It's super thin, so you know. I know you've been doing that. The smearing, but this one might be kind of hard to smear.
I'm gonna try to get it done. If not, then
feel free to go heavy on this one. This is probably like my least favorite sauce.
Really?
Well, I mean, other than the absolute horrible ones.
I'm important on this one.
Just because, like, I mean, it's literally like just Tabasco from Hawaii.
Yeah.
You know? I bet the people. Oh, fuck! It went dark. God damn it. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Also, because of my job, they make us have like a 15-character password. Okay, here we go. All right, ready?
Yep.
See, that one still doesn't get for me.
Yeah, kind of gross.
I'm telling you, not a great one. These people who make this sauce are probably like, fuck this guy. Oh, I'm just kidding. Nobody watches these.
It's like hot ass.
Oh, if you think this is bad, wait till you get to the bomb, bro. The bomb's like one of the worst tasting things in the world. Oh. Yeah, it's just like no flavor, all heat. You're gonna hate it. All right.
Oh.
So now that we've kind of dived in,
I ate the wing out of a trash can.
That does taste like that. Yeah. Now that we've dived into kind of the background and you know, trying to three-dimensionalize you guys. Let's talk about some of the hurdles. So like Corey and I have talked about this a lot, but not only being like black men in Atlanta, Atlanta obviously like has a very high black population, but like how has like wearing the horns, and especially for those that don't know, which none of y'all do, but I know, Q works at DFAX, so like he's like, don't see.
Keep that a secret.
We'll keep that a secret. But how is like your style affected like an office place kind of thing? So once again, Corey, start us off. Let's talk about anything from I don't want to spoil it, but like anything from like Uber drivers kicking you out to,
Oh, yeah.
people, like wanting to throw shit at you or whatever,
Yeah, I used to work overnight at a donut shop, as you know. And I don't have a car, and MARTA is only so reliable and like filled with like crazy people
Yeah.
that you don't want to run into after 2 a.m. So I used to take Uber a lot, and it would be pretty regular for me to get kicked out of an Uber because a person felt uncomfortable with me, or I'd have to like explain that I'm not a Satanist.
Yeah.
Which, it's a fair assumption because of Catholicism, people do associate horns with the devil, but people need to. But like the truth of it is, like horn deities have existed like for years before Christianity. I try to like just tell people that from that end, but that's not what I'm trying to do. Most people don't really even believe me. They still like try and find some form of judgment on me. But I actually kind of think Satanism is boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. It borrows a lot from
So blasé.
Yeah.
Then Q, rocking your style, like when you do go to work, do you have to is it like business casual, or do they let you like kind of express yourself?
When I originally went to work in this style, I did have like a lot of pushback.
Yeah.
You go to a resource center and you're there with like your shirt buttoned down and taco meat sticking out. They're like, "What are you selling?" And I'm like, "Just give me some resources, bro."
Yeah. I'm just giving you the resources that you need.
I like had a couple write-ups about it, but I was like, I'm not changing. This is not my like forever job, so fuck off.
Okay, got you. Hey, so you guys are watching that, it's his right now job, so y'all let him ride.
Right.
All right, so here we go. Now I know I said that that's kind of where it turns, but this really is the turn. Like this one for me is like even like
That was nasty.
Yeah, this one has great flavor, but
Okay.
but this is where it gets hot. So essentially on this one, it has a delay.
Okay.
Yeah. So you think you're gonna eat it, and you're gonna be like, oh, that wasn't bad. But this is where, feel free to get a big boy. You might have to, some of these like this one, and then
slow pour.
the last dab. The last dab's a thick boy, bro. You're gonna have to like that.
Let's get that.
Yeah.
You just think that's all it is. Got 3 C's on it.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. See, I might need to put a little bit more. I'm gonna do just a little bit. Okay. Let's see here.
Looks like mustard.
Yeah.
That's a good flavor.
Mm-hmm. So, this is one of my favorite ones. This is probably the hottest I would go in my everyday. Like,
That's real good.
yeah. So, whew,
I'm feeling the heat.
dude,
Yeah.
this picture of you looks like my friend Philip, upside down.
Fuck.
I'm down in Brunswick. My Brunswick boys. Sorry guys, I'm slipping. You feel it? Mine's making a comeback. All right. Oh, yep. Yep. So, here's a pretty popular question that I like to ask people. It's one of my favorite questions. I think I usually save it for a little bit down the road, but we'll see. Because you guys are artists, and would you ever? Number one, do you have any tattoos? Either one of you?
Not me. He does.
You have tattoo?
Yeah.
Okay, so this time we'll actually start with Q. How many tattoos do you have?
I got one right here. The one right here. It's a skull in front of a grave. And Hamsa on my forearm.
Hamsa?
Hamsa.
What is Hamsa?
That's it's an Israeli symbol, which is supposed to be like protection from evil. It's got 555 in the fingers.
And what does the 555 represent?
I just see a lot of numbers, so I'm gonna put like a lot of numerology right here.
Oh, dude, have you watched Buster Cannon
No,
on Netflix?
no, what's that?
There's a guy on there. I actually put him in one of my poems. Anyway, his name's Philly the Kid.
No, you're talking about Cannon Buster from
Cannon Buster.
Sean
What did I
Thomas.
say, Buster Cannon?
Yeah.
Fuck, it's Cannon Buster.
Yeah, well, Sean
Anyway.
Thomas is one of my favorite
Fuck
artists.
yeah.
He's one of the Boondocks.
Oh, fuck yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah, he was the original animator on it.
Okay, so, like Philly the Kid.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
anyway, so for people that don't know Philly the Kid, he's pretty much immortal. Every time he dies, though, when he comes back, a new number pops up for whatever time he's died.
Yeah.
So, like, it starts on his arm and it starts to kind of, like, spread down his body. You know, it's funny, when he started off the show, you know, he has, like, maybe, like, up to 9 or 10 on his arm. And then by the end of the show, he's in, like, the 20s. So,
Oh, yeah.
dude is, like, just
Wow.
dying left and right, you know. But anyway, okay, and are those the only two you have?
Those are the only two I have right now.
Okay.
I'm getting another one right here on my birthday.
Tight. What are you going to get?
333.
Okay. Is it going to be, like, a house?
This one is going to be like Old English.
Okay, got you. And then, Corey, since you don't have any, if you... Okay, one, would you get any?
I just haven't been able to justify the money.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
stuff I'd rather buy.
Okay, and then... So, but if you... If you could get one, what would you get?
I've talked about like possibly getting like 2 entangled serpents on my left hand,
Okay.
to, like symbolize the left hand path, and like I do a lot of spirit work with snakes. So it's a good symbol for infinity and stuff like that.
Understood.
Death and rebirth.
Alright, guys. So we're popping into the last dab now. Y'all can see Q struggling.
Oh, yes, a little bit.
So this, if you're struggling now, woo, I'm sweating already.
Oh, I'm sweating too.
No, this is another. I might smear this one.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that came up a lot. That's a lot. I'm not gonna. Well, fuck. God damn it. It's like, oh god.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm just gonna. Oh god. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, I'm not gonna be a bitch for it.
So whenever I was,
It's gonna hurt.
it was the funniest thing that happened when I did the peanut challenge, and I don't know if y'all watched it, but you could see it. Was like I was like starting to freak out, and Amanda goes, "Don't be a bitch." I thought that shit was so funny, and I was like, I have to be a bitch on this one. All right, here we go.
All right.
All right. Also, these are the sauces that, you know, if you get them on your fingers, even if you wipe them on your napkin, don't, you know, as they say, careful around your eyes. See, that one is so weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not,
I actually put that behind the other one.
dude, but see, I think I originally had.
Oh no.
Yeah. 'Cause I can tolerate this. This
Yeah.
is not bad.
See, hot ones.
That last dab is just like a calm down.
Get it off here. But
But
I
I
just
think
took that one straight. It does have a build. It has a little bit of a build.
Yeah.
But, you know, we've all been like, once you start getting the heat, does it start? Oh, fuck. I don't know, man. Does it start like softening the blow for like the later ones? Well, not with the bomb. There's nothing that's gonna save you from the bomb.
Oh wow.
It's the worst thing. Okay, so
That's the one I really wanted to try too. Because everyone's face after they take the bomb.
I know. So going back a little bit to the artwork and kind of what you just said, Corey, is see, this is where I really just want to start taking a drink. Is what you mentioned, like you do a lot of spirit work with snakes, but also it's very prevalent between like the artwork that you've done featuring both you and Quante, the different animals that are represented. So like do you represent yourself more so by a snake? And are you represented more so? Is it? I might be wrong here. Is it an eagle?
It's a crow.
Crow. It's a crow.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that.
I feel the strongest connection. I work with a spirit called Phyllis, who's like the Slavic god of the underworld. But our relationship is a lot like mentoring, where he guides me into like researching things to help elevate my own consciousness. Like he put me on the path to like studying Kundalini and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
And what is Kundalini?
It's basically like mastering your root chakra.
Okay.
So it's entirely like they say the root
Is
of your
this also
spine.
Slavic, or is Kundalini more of like a?
It's Hinduism or like related with that, yeah. But it's basically like a form of meditation that you like focus on your spine, and it's tied in with like connecting more with your higher self.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the crow.
So, the crow thing was kind of weird. When I was starting to get a little bit more in touch with nature, I started noticing animals that were like popping up in my life, like just randomly. Robins would like mark my path to work. I saw like rabbits hopping across, and then I noticed one day, like right outside of my apartment, shit ton of crows, and they would like follow me towards the train station, and then I end up at my job, and they're outside my job, and I was just like, what's with all these crows?
Yeah.
And I started looking them up, and I'm like, crows are a symbol of like spiritual power. And I realized, oh well, maybe this is just something like an extension of myself, like accessing connection to the spiritual world.
Oh yeah.
So I just adopted the crow as like my
You're sitting there. Yeah. Mine's a fox, as they know.
Yeah.
I'm just a little furry fuck. So this one's pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie. This one's so it's so funny the jump, as I talked about, like the Scoville is bullshit, but you know the last app's supposed to be 2 million Scoville. It's obviously not. This one, so the bomb originally came before this one. The bomb's 136,000, and this one's supposed to be. I feel like I'm grossly misremembering this, but I want to say it's like 650,000 Scoville. So it's supposed to be pretty high, and this one actually is pretty high.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the bomb, that's for sure. I don't know if I want more than that.
I'm actually probably gonna bitch out on this too. Like,
I mean, it's on the wing, and I'm gonna put it in my mouth. I'm not bitching out.
well, I'm just saying sorry because that's a really small dam.
Yeah, because it's hot. I've learned from experience.
Just gonna
From many,
do a gentle dam.
yeah, many bathroom trips of just blazing assholes. Somehow that hit me in my eye.
Actually, a little bit longer.
God, there it is.
Probably gonna hit me later.
Yeah.
Fucking. Actually, tastes kind of good.
This one, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of these have good flavor. So I learned this on one of the recent ones, I think. So when you order their sauces, it's off a website called Heatness, and Heatness is a hot sauce store. In Pennsylvania, I think, and they have a guy there who pretty much like Sean Evans will go and he'll help cultivate all the hot sauces like with him, but that guy's like pretty much their hot sauce guru. I think for the most part he does a really good job of choosing great flavors.
Yeah.
But then of course, like when you are doing like obviously things like this, and as I learned from doing the Tube of Terror, you just reach a point where, like, I mean, at a certain level, I mean, they're just trying to hurt you.
Yeah.
You know? And this one, I don't think the intention is that. I think that whoever makes these hot sauces, like this number 9 one, which is Hellfire Fear This. They obviously, like, the name is like, we're gonna hurt you, you know, but they still back it up with, like, I think good ingredients.
Mhm.
Whereas when you taste the bomb, it tastes kind of like the capsaicin crystals that I had with the peanuts, where it just tastes like artificial fucking torture.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna point out here on this next question, Corey's little bud,
Oh yeah.
Calibraxis, and so let's talk about him. And you know, Q, you don't have anything like Calibraxis.
I don't carry stuffed animals with me.
But so we'll talk about that, and then we'll somehow transition into something for you. So give me the background on Cali and why you chose a Chick-fil-A Cal.
Well, the full backstory, Cali for me acts as an artificial familiar.
Yeah.
Where basically I contain all of my thing. No lack of a better term, murderous intent inside of him. So I channel him with a lot of malicious energy to possibly release if ever I feel the need to.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, he's just my like fun little pal that tags along with me. Very good with women, better than with the women that I am.
Gotcha. And I mean, he has his own birthday, right?
Yeah.
What's his birthday?
It's November 9th.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he's a Scorpio too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're both Scorpios.
Both Scorpios.
Yeah. Backstory with him, or how I got him, he was a gift from a dude at Chick-fil-A, because we started bullshitting and lying about how we both fought in Vietnam and no one gives us credit for it.
And so he was just like, dude, that was
He was
awesome.
like, dude, no one gives you fucking credit, you know, Aaron? Here, that's the credit for you. That's the medal we deserve. I was like, fuck yeah, man.
The closest thing I've had to that was some guy yesterday was asking me how Bonton was, and I was describing the food, and you know, he was like, "That's what's up, man." Get out of here, you scamp. But okay, so then Q. I mean, there are no like, you know, I don't really know what to say here. You don't have anything like that.
The only thing I carry around a lot is the crow.
Is that like your one thing that like every day you're like, I'm wearing that for sure?
I've always carried a totem with me.
Okay.
It started with like a broadsword, and I got out of a relationship, and immediately after that it disappeared.
The broadsword?
Yeah.
Now, when you say you've always carried a totem with you, and then it was a broadsword, are you telling me that you're walking around everywhere with a broadsword?
Broadsword.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I was like, I've never seen you walk around with a broadsword. I feel like I would be like, this guy's carrying a motherfucking sword.
You're not supposed to see it until it's too late.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was like a tree of life. But the last relationship I was in, I gave her the tree of life, so that way it would
Gotta stop
for
for
a
a
little
bit.
bit of protection. She had a good situation with her ex.
Gotcha.
And I was trying to be.
You know, the moral here is just don't fall in love, people.
Yeah.
Just, you know,
You're better off on your own.
yeah, dude. Quarantine, right hand. This is all I need.
Make your own decisions.
Alright, guys, well, let's go ahead and do the motherfucking thing.
Okay.
This is. I hate this one. Can't say it enough. Emma, if you're watching this one, I can't say it enough. I hate it. Guys, y'all should, y'all don't know Emma, but y'all should convince her to do a Hot Ones, considering that I don't think we've had a girl on our Hot Ones. I don't know why I'm putting the lid back on here.
I'm gonna pressure Emma right now and say, you called Cam a little bitch.
She didn't, well, did she call me a little bitch? No, she didn't call me a
She
little
called
bitch.
you a little bitch?
No.
I'm gonna pretend she called you a little bitch anyway. You called him a little bitch because he put on a little smear on something. Well, guess what? I dare you to get on here.
I thought you called me the little bitch.
Emma did that. That was Emma. It wasn't me. She was speaking through me.
Okay.
Get on here and do some wings.
Now, let me see what you're doing.
I'm about to.
Yeah. That's probably all you need.
Huh?
Yeah, a little bit extra. Yeah. I don't want to do this one.
Okay.
You guys ready?
No.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do it anyway. Fuck it, go home. The bigger deal. I'm already home, so I'm gonna get big.
I fucking hate this one.
What the fuck?
God, it's so gross.
Fuck, this shit tastes like nail polish. What the fuck?
You know, that one's not hitting.
I'm gonna say this is right. This is trash. This is absolute trash.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not. I feel like it's not as bad as it normally is.
It's not.
Maybe I'm getting better. Maybe my well, it's starting to build.
Yeah.
Yep, here it
That's a
comes.
slow burn.
Yep. Motherfucker. Here we go. I'm sweating. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, I've been sweating.
But
I've been
starting to.
so, last question. Oh, it's here. Oh, it's here. It's here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you are.
Oh yeah.
Son of a bitch.
It's fucking what a creeper.
Right?
What a creep. Yeah.
Okay.
So, what's the
Oh,
what's the happiest you guys have ever been in your whole life?
not now. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'd say like, let's see.
Oh,
That
fuck.
night, probably after
Fucking
Uh,
run up this.
it's usually
What the
been
fuck is
in the
this?
company of friends. Like that night after my birthday,
Ugh.
where you,
Fuck!
Quanta, and Joseph.
Oh, we're in the
we're recording
gang,
ourselves,
gang.
and you're like, gang, fuck with this bitch.
That was-
Yeah, that was so nice.
that was one of my favorite moments.
Yeah.
God damn it.
My birthday in particular was like, I didn't expect as many people to show up as I did.
Yeah.
So yeah, just being around enough friends that like show love and support. Best thing you guys were.
Man, that's fucking awesome, dude. I love hearing that I was a part of your happiest
Yeah.
moment.
Oh,
It makes-
obviously.
And also, I mean, I know you're doing a thing right now, but you're taking this like a champ.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Ugh,
All right,
It's
Q.
just spice.
What's the happiest you've ever been?
probably fucking. I don't know. Ugh. Ugh.
I mean, it's a hard thing. If somebody asked me that question, I know it's a hard question. I could probably like.
Fuck. Ugh.
I mean, I could probably pinpoint.
It's
it.
really
It's
right
hard.
inside of my mouth.
Yeah, it's like right down my throat.
But you don't want to touch your skin, for real.
Oh, okay. All right, we're good. We're
It's
not
starting
good,
to die
but
off.
I'm trying. Ugh.
But I guess you could say, what if you can't think of the moment? What's one of the happiest moments?
God damn it. Fuck me. So one thing saying that right now, I was sketching in Aurora a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And this,
Aurora's a coffee shop for people that don't know. It's in Little Five Points if you're not from Atlanta.
Mm.
Anyway.
And this guy walks up after he places his order, sees me sketching, and he's like, "Can I look at your sketchbook?" And I'm like, "Sure." And he looks through it and he's like, "Dude, you're fucking insane. Like, you have a mental issue. Like, there's something mentally wrong with you because nobody draws like this."
Like, as in the things you're drawing, or is saying that you're insane in like a good way?
He's saying I didn't know at first. He was like, your style, the way you're actually like putting together this composition, there's something mentally off with you. Like you must have schizophrenia or some shit. And I was like,
It's a weird thing for a guy that's random to say.
Yeah.
and he
But- Very on brand for Atlanta.
Yeah. And you know what? He didn't get his ass kicked, so
yeah.
this is okay.
So I'm listening to him, and he's like, "It's really good work. I don't know if I want to follow you or not, but I guess I'm gonna follow you on Instagram."
What a fucking weird what is happening in this scenario? Go ahead.
And I'm just like, well, what the fuck are you doing, man? Are you trying to put me on some weird emotional roller coaster? I don't even really. I wasn't seeking your approval. I was just sketching some shit.
Right.
And he's like, "It's really great work, though. It reminds me of Frank Frazetta."
Okay.
And Frank Frazetta is a huge.
Tell everybody who doesn't know. I don't know who Frank Frazetta. So
Frank Frazetta is the one responsible for. I don't know if you're familiar with the animated movie Fire and Ice.
I haven't seen it.
He's also like responsible for a lot of like paintings that you'll probably see in like tattoo shops and
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. So huge compliment.
Huge compliment.
Gotcha.
Very great with like his contract work, but yeah, I was like taken back by that compliment, and then it was just like this weird little thing he ends up like adding on Instagram.
Yeah.
I get this ad from this dude Frank Morrison. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Strangest thing. I go back to my job, and this painting that's been hanging in my office the entire time I'm working there. I look, and his name is right there.
Frank what?
Frank Morrison.
Frank Morrison.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the guy at the shop was Frank Morrison.
The guy who was looking at my artwork and making it hard to follow me, that was Frank Morrison.
And you have one of his paintings in your office.
I have one.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, damn, that's a story.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
crazy. You were just like, whoa.
Yeah.
I would have had to have gone home after that.
It was surreal.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're like telling your boss, you're like, no, you don't understand. I'm at this guy. I have to go home.
Where's the trigger? Where's the trigger? Where's the
Well, guys, we climbed the top of Spice Mountain.
Yep.
You did it.
Yeah.
This camera, or this camera. Tell the folks at home, you know, if you guys want to do a plug to your Instagrams or anything like that, you can. But if you got anything going on, let them know.
I'll let you go first.
Crononos_Greyblood, if you can figure out how to spell it. Maybe Camden will put it on the little description area.
Maybe I will. All right.
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna remember, but
Yeah, that's
you know,
fine.
we'll see.
Yeah, you
Anyway.
follow me on Instagram, so
Yeah.
you should remember.
Yeah.
It's in the video, so.
It's in the video.
Yeah.
Carnonis, CER in O
And you.
in so it's in you.
Yeah.
CER in you.
NNOS.
There we go. That's how you spell it. Yeah. Obviously, I suck at that.
_Greyblood.
And if you can't spell it, Grey Blood is the EY, not the AY.
Oh, no, I'm just
It's the AY. It's the-
God damn it!
You suck, man.
Are we even friends? Gord or Q? God damn it! It's the hot sauce talking now.
Yes. Art by _Quante Oveson. That's ARTBY_KWANTE OVESEN on Instagram.
On the gram.
On the gram. Do it for the gram.
Yeah.
Follow me for the gram.
Or if
Please.
you want to follow him, you know, Boss Daddy Black.
That's true
Oh,
too.
yeah.
If you just want to see me get all thoughty, you can follow Boss Daddy Black.
Yeah.
That's
Thoughty.
Boss Daddy _Black.
Yeah. Well, that's the Brothers Oveson, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off. Give me 1 second. Oh
Alright.
fuck, dude, it didn't record.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding with you. All right.